Hi my dear sweet students, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. How have you been? I hope that you've been good, as I've been good too here. So, welcome back to the English lesson with Miss Nisa. Do you know? It's going to be our last meeting of English home-based learning, and I'll tell you the agendas. First, we are going to have the review session of the previous materials. The second one, we are going to learn a new topic. And the third one, we are going to have a flashback of English home-based learning session 2. And last one, we are going to have a practice and quizzes. Here we go to the first agendas. You still remember what we learned before? Yes, how many, how much, and any. When do we use how many? Yes, we use how many when we want to ask the amount of something that we can count, countable. Like, how many books do we have? 1 book, 2 books, or 3 books? Oh, I have a lot of books. Then, when do we use how much? Yes, we use how much for something that we cannot count. When we want to ask a question of the uncountable noun, so we use how much. Like sugar, do you know sugar? Can we count 1 sugar, 2 sugar? No, right? So we just ask sugar with the questions how much. How much sugar do you put on the tea? It's like that. What about any? When do we use any? Yes, we use any in yes or no questions actually, and we can use it for countable or uncountable, for something that we can count or even something that we cannot count. And it can be used also in the negative sentence, right? Like, I don't have any books. Do you have any books? I don't have any books. Do you have any sugar? I don't have any sugar. You understand? Anyway, I have a question that need to be discussed from previous quizzes. Let's see this. Do you bring any flour? I don't bring blah 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 flour. Look at the thing flour. Can we count flour? No, we cannot count it. Is it a question or a sentence? It's negative sentence. So what's the answer for this question? It's any. Let's move on to the second agenda. We're going to learn comma. Oh, I have a friend named Comma, and she will introduce herself to you. Let's take a look at the video. Hi, I belong to punctuation family. My name is Comma. Can you say my name? Comma. People use me within a sentence and they know when and where to pause. Can you imagine if certain sentence doesn't have me? Just like this. I read short story, book, comic, and novel. How does it sound? It sounds flat, right? So don't forget to pause, and pause. Let me in so it will be clearer. I read short story, comic, and novel. I have so many rules when you want to use me, but I will only tell you 3 rules of using me. A comma. First, use me when you write the date. Second, use me in series. And the third, use me after connectives. First, use me when you write the date between the month and the year. For example, May 20, 2020. Second, use me in the series when you list 3 or more than 3 things. For example, I bring cookies, pudding, and smoothies. I went to the bookstore, playground, and restaurant last week. Third, use me after connectives. Do you know connectives? Connective is a word used to connect word phrases or sentence. For example, put me after, for example, first, finally. How was it the explanation about comma? I hope that you can identify the comma and you can use comma in a sentence. So here we go to the third agenda. We're going to have a flashback of English home-based learning session 2. Let's take a look at the video. During home-based learning session 2, we just learned 4 topics. First, it's about vocabulary unit 18. Second, reading comprehension. 3, how many, how much, and any. And the last one is today's topic, comma. Part 1. Let's see what is it. It's diamond and it's shiny, bright from reflected light. What does the girl do? Fold. To bend over or double up so that one part lies on another part. Fold. The next one, we have the things that here. It's edge. The outside limit of an object or area. What it is? It is crane, a similar bird such as a heron that has a long neck, long legs, and a long bill. How cute it is! It's seal, a large mammal that eats fish, live partly in the sea and partly on land or ice. It's crumple, to crush together or press into a wrinkle. Crumple. Then here we have waves, water curls and breaks on the shore. The next one, what do? Climb, to go up or to go towards the top of something. And it's egg, and the color is gold. Golden, the color of a gold. Vocabulary Unit 18, Part 2. It's markers, pens with thick soft point made of fibers. The next one, we have scissors, tools for cutting the paper. What else do we have? It's glue, a sticky substance to use to fix things to each other. And here we have watercolors, type of paints that are mixed with water for painting. What is it? But it's not crayon, it's chalk. Sticks of white or colored chalk used for writing or drawing on a blackboard. Last, we have colored pencils, colored sticks that scrape on paper to make art. When do we use how many, how much, and any? We use how many, how much, and any in the form of questions. Additionally, we use quantifier any in the form of negative sentence. To make it clear, first we have how many followed by countable noun to make question. Second, we have how much followed by uncountable noun to form questions. And the last one, we have any followed by countable or uncountable noun to form questions or negative sentence. So there are quantifier. When we want to ask the amount of the things that we can count by number, we use how many plus countable nouns. How many students were there in the class? There were 4 students in the class.
How many cars were there in the parking lot? There were a lot of cars in the parking lot.
When we want to ask the amount of the things that are hard to count by number or we cannot count it by numbers, we use the word how much plus uncountable noun.
How much water is there in the ocean? There is a lot of water in the ocean. How much honey was there in the jar?
There were a little honey in the jar. When we don't know the exact amount of something, we use any. We don't use any in positive sentence. For example, I had any sugar. Is it correct? No, it's totally incorrect. We use any in negative sentence, like I don't put any sugar on the coffee. Next, we use any in interrogative or questions.
Were there any eggs in the kitchen? There weren't any eggs in the kitchen. So far, do you understand? Let's practice more in answering the question. Number 1. Blah 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 days are there in a week. What do you think is the answer? Look at the clue. We have the word days. Can we count days? Yes, of course we can count days. So the answer is how many? How many days are there in a week? Second, blah 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 milk. Does a baby need daily? Look, we have the word milk. Can we count it? No, we cannot count milk. So what's the answer? How much? How much milk does a baby need daily? The next one, do you have blah 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 salt? What do you think is the answer? We have the word salt. Can we count it? No, we cannot count salt. So the answer is any. Do you have any salt?
Finally, we've come to the last agenda, practice on the quizzes. So, since you've already watched all of the materials that we'll learn in the session 2, including the new topic today, Miss Nisa has some questions related to English home-based learning of session 2. So I want you to practice on the quizzes and have fun. Thank you very much and see you again another time. Bye.